Welcome to this 200th episode of the TUE Brew Review. This week we are checking out Utopias Barrel-Aged Worldwide Stout from Dogfish Head Brewery. So back when I did my 100th episode, I featured Dogfish Head's 120-minute IPA, which is an iconic beer. So I went with this one, yet another iconic beer, for episode 200. So this is Dogfish Head's Worldwide Stout, which is basically a big, robust imperial stout, and it's aged in barrels that were used to make Sam Adams Utopia. And for those who aren't familiar with that beer, and by the way, Sam Adams bought Dogfish Head, I can't remember, 4 or 5 years ago. They combined forces. So they keep separate brands, but they're owned by Sam Adams. But Utopia is basically one of the most extreme beers on the planet. I think it comes in somewhere around 28% ABV, which is for a beer, something that's fermented and not distilled, is absurd. So it's like a super high gravity beer that they age in Buffalo Trace bourbon barrels that have cherries added into the barrels while in storage. And you may have seen the bottle. It actually, there's a little picture of it on here. The bottle for Utopia, it comes in this, what looks like a little copper-clad brew kettle. So it's a very unique packaging and obviously a crazy unique beer. Maybe for the 300th episode, I'll get my hands on Utopia because I've never tried it, but I would certainly enjoy the opportunity if given. But this, I'm very much looking forward to. So Dogfish Head, again, this is their Imperial Stout. They've got, frankly, a little too much information here on the bottle. So this is a 12-ounce bottle. Here they've got just kind of a rundown of everything. Glassware, you want to serve it in a goblet to help capture all those wonderful aromatics. Serving temperature, cellar temperatures are 55 degrees Fahrenheit. You definitely, if you refrigerate this, you want it to take the chill off before you actually start to consume it, because that's really going to open up a lot of the aromatics and the flavors. And then down here, they've just got some bars from high to low. So basically it's, you've got a high amount of SRM, which means it's going to have a deep, dark color, high amount of maltiness. An Imperial Stout's going to be very rich and malty, and low amount of hoppiness. This is definitely a malt-forward beer where the hops is very much a minor player. And then down here at the very bottom, they've got food pairings. You can barely see that. I think that's like a bowl of maybe it goes well with Asian food, and then chicken, maybe beef, and then chocolate cake. This would definitely go well with some chocolate cake. And there's the Independent Craft Brewer logo. God bless Sam Adams and Dogfish Head for maintaining their independent brewery status. So let's go ahead and pour this. I'm so excited. Okay, as one would expect, got a really nice, rich, deep brown color, but it's got some a little bit of opaqueness to it. I've actually had this beer cellared for a while. Didn't anticipate to have much of head retention, so little to no head retention, but certainly has a lot of sugar in the beer, because you can see the way, hopefully that's coming through on the video. It's really leaving a film on the glass. It's really clingy, as one would expect. Oh man, so getting huge fruity, like dark fruit, cherries, molasses, massive malt nose. I'm not really getting much of the stout character. It's more of the sweetness of the malt, and also the barrel aging is coming through. Definitely getting the dark fruits and a little bit of it's a bit nutty. It's got a little bit of a nuttiness to it. Cheers. Man, just tongue-coating goodness. Just sweet caramel. There's that nuttiness again in the flavor. And then, getting all those dark fruits, raisin, plum, cherry notes, a little bit like cocoa in there. So now I'm starting to feel some of the stout character coming through, some of those dark roast malts, and like a cocoa, mocha, espresso type of flavors are kind of coming through once you kind of get through the initial sweetness and the fruitiness of it. Yeah, definitely picking up a little bit more of the chocolate and the that imperial stout flavor, but very full body, coats the tongue. Great chew in the mouthfeel. Definitely getting the warming sensation as I drink it, and it kind of goes down the gullet, but it also dries out very nicely as a beer of this potency should. So yeah, just it's lived up to the billing what I hoped it would be and more. It's sweet and rich and complex. It's got the barrel, I can get some of the oak barrel character out of it, and definitely some of the cherry and the fruitiness out of it. I would say this almost comes across, it comes across more like a barley wine, with those fruity tones and the booziness and the sweetness, as opposed to an imperial stout. Imperial stout should maybe have a little bit more of that roast malt character to it, but ain't complaining. This thing is outstanding. Real treat to drink this for a special occasion, such as the 200th episode of TBR, or frankly, for any occasion, really. Any day that ends in Y would be a good time to open a winner like this. So there you have it. Thanks to everybody who follows this weekly video blog, both of you, and we're looking forward to doing the next 200. Dogfish Head, Worldwide Stout, not to be confused with Prestige Worldwide, Boats and Hose.